What's going on, guys? Episode 3 of the Being Human show. Bit of a weird one today. I'm going to be doing a solo episode. I think I'm going to do this every 3, 4 episodes just so we sort of don't get an overload of guests and stuff like that. So basically, I'm just going to speak my mind. I don't know how long this is going to go for. It could go for half an hour, could go for an hour. So who knows? But I'm basically, first of all, I'm just going to jump into like some things about myself and why I'm doing this and stuff like that, because I put up a couple of things like posts saying why I've chosen to do this podcast and what my goals and stuff are. But um, yeah, I'm going to dive into a bit further. But I'm going to be answering a couple of questions as well that I've got. Maybe talk some footy, I don't know. But we'll see where we go. So first off, I'm Lachy, obviously. You guys know that. I'm 21. I live in Perth in Western Australia. Um, Mate, what you see is what you get. To be honest, I'm not a very interesting person. I'm quite boring, actually, to be honest. But yeah, no, I like my footy. I like my music, as you guys know. I love my mates. Mates are something I hold very close to my heart, obviously. So yeah, basically, why I'm doing this podcast is because I just like chatting. Like I think you can hear my dog in the background. Right, I'm gonna bring him in here so you guys can see. But yeah, basically, I'm doing this podcast because I just love talking. I feel like it's good for mental health and sort of um, don't even know. I just like talking, to be fair. So obviously, as I've explained, mental health something that I'm very something I hold very close to my heart. Um, I was diagnosed with depression when I was 18 officially. Um, After I went through some stuff um, in my family and school and stuff like that. But yeah, it's not something I'm ashamed to speak about, as you guys would know. Um, I'm quite open about it, and I think it's totally normal. I think it's a part of being human, and that leads me to my next thing. Is why I chose the name, being human, because we are human. So yeah, um, I've been through some shit. Like I think everyone has. I'm not trying to get anyone's sympathy, or I'm just trying to tell you why I'm doing this. Basically, um, I was in a relationship for like 2.5 years. It was great. Like there was nothing. I'm not gonna talk shit about it at all. I think it was a good sort of learning curve for me. Because I started dating her when I was about 17, in year 12. So now I'm experiencing life a different way. So I mean, for the last 6 months, I've had nothing to do because I put a lot of my time into her, and a lot of my time was taken up. I'm saying not that's a bad thing. I'm not saying it is, but yeah, this podcast is something that I can put some work into and sort of get some accomplishment and feel good about myself. Um, I'm also heavily into my DJing. I'm trying to get into that scene, so I'm not that great at the moment. I've only been doing it for 3 months, but hopefully that goes somewhere too. So it's something I love to do. So yeah, so I'm pretty much just doing this for myself. I don't care about how many subscribers or how much money I'm gonna make from it, or stuff like that. I just want to do it because I like doing it. Um, I'm obviously good mates with Jamo and Dill, and they've helped me sort of set this up, and I'm very, very grateful for that. Good bunch of blokes. Yeah, they've done a lot for me, so I'm very grateful for them. But I have a split family, so I have my step parents, both my mum and my stepdad, and my dad and my stepmum. That's great. No complaints there. Have a little bit of a every now like argument every now and again, but that's just life. They're great. They're good to me. So yeah, no, it gets a bit crazy sometimes because there's 4 different families there, isn't there? So I have 2 sisters. One's a half sister, but I don't discriminate. We're all brothers and sisters at the end of the day. So yeah, my oldest sister, she's my full blood sister. She's just turned 18, so she's getting a bit of experience of life, and yeah, no, she's doing well for herself. But and my other one is 10, so she's getting old too now. So um, Nah, they're both great. I love them to bits, and yeah. What else do I need to tell you? I don't really know, to be honest. I'm just drooling, but yeah. I just wanted to give you guys an idea of why I'm doing this, basically, and I've done that. So, um, yeah. So I'm gonna dive into some questions that everyone sent me. Um, there's quite a few, so it's gonna take a while, but yeah. So here we go. Let me just get it up here. Alrighty. Alright, so the first one was just some topics that I told people to send me, and so I can talk about them or whatever, give my thoughts and stuff. First one's from my good mate Mitch. Funny bugger he is, honestly, but he goes, "How to be loyal?" Mate, I don't even know how to answer that question. That's something you got to find yourself, sir. I'm a very loyal person. That's all you, baby. I don't even know. Yeah, don't be a dickhead, basically. If you got someone cool, stay cool with them, straight up. Primary school moments from another bloke by the name of Anthony. I dived into that pretty heavily with Dylan last week, but yeah, there's some interesting stories from primary school. I'm gonna save it for another time. I'll probably have Dylan on again at some point, or a couple of the lads that I've got lined up for a next episode. They'll be able to dive into some primary school moments for sure. But yeah, primary school, we went to a bit of a dodgy primary school. The most public private school you can probably get. South side. So yeah, it was good school, but quite interesting. Mason Zooin, how elite is Metros? That's my fucking home, sir. I love that place. Honestly, it's my favourite club in Perth, and I shit you not, it's the best club in Perth. I don't care what anyone says. I just feel safe there. I have a good time. Always have a good time. Even when I'm sober, I have a good time. So, yeah. How the fuck do planes fly? You tell me. I've been trying to figure this out my whole life. Probably aerodynamics and that. You know what I'm saying? But no, I don't know. Fucking, you'll have to ask someone smart because I have no idea. Biggest inspirations: my parents, my grandparents especially. Yeah. But in terms of outside my family, biggest inspirations would probably be, I honestly have no idea. It's a hard question, to be honest, because I don't know. I'm mostly inspired by people with my family, to be honest. Oh man, I don't even know. That's a hard question, but I'll think of it and I'll get back to you next podcast. Okay, promise. So yeah, look, I don't have a lot in terms of topics and stuff, but I have a lot of questions. But I'll dive into that in a little bit. I'm sorry if this is boring as fuck. Like, I'm expecting it to be the shittest podcast, but I'm just trying to put it out there and see what people think, give me some advice, because whether it's shit or not, I'm going to be doing it because this is good for me. This is good, might be good for you. You might be absolutely laughing at how shit I am at this. Yeah, no, but a lot of people have been asking me if I'm going to be having a co-host. It's not something that I would like, but if the fan base picks up and it starts getting quite big, I might get someone on to help me out. But I just want this to be my podcast, so I'm always about being even and splitting things 50-50 with someone who puts the same work in, but I want this to be mine. I'm not ruling it out. I reckon if I find the right person, they're more than welcome to come help me out. I'm sorry if you can hear my family in the background. They're yelling at this little rat dog. My dog's a sweetheart, by the way. I'm all over the place right now. I'm anxious as fuck. I have no one to sort of laugh with me or anything, so this is awkward as fuck, but I'm trying my best. What was I talking about? Yeah, a co-host. I'm not ruling it out, but look, right now there's no one that I would like to have to be my co-host. Um, yeah, obviously some of the boys would be sick to have on, but a lot of my mates are very busy with uni and work and stuff like that. I don't study at the moment. I've deferred uni for a year, so um, I've got a bit of spare time on my hands. So yeah, um, so yeah, that's really basically. I don't even know where I'm going with this. I'm fucking shit at it. Um, um, oh, okay. So all the bullshit aside, I'm the biggest nerd ever. Like shit, you not. All the boys will tell you, or if you talk to me, ask me what I'm like, they'll just say I'm a fucking nerd. Um, I have an obsession with Star Wars, like shit, you not. Um, like it is ridiculous. Like I know everything about Star Wars. You can ask me a question, I'll answer it. Me and my good mate Jake and my good mate Tommy. I'm gonna have Tommy on at some point because he's a funny bastard and he's my best mate in the whole world. We get really fucking deep on Star Wars. Like there'll be nights, like when the new movies came out, we went to every single premiere. And I shit you not, for the next 2 weeks after they premiere, we were just literally talking about like theories and blah blah blah, like absolutely full on. Speaking of getting really deep into conversations, I wanted to tell a story involving my mate Andrew. Good mate of mine, one of my best mates, 100%. He's going to be on at some point as well because God, he's got some stories to tell. Hey, but basically, this is about the story of how I got my first speeding fine. So I was 17 at the time. I just got my red P's. I might have been on my greens, actually, I can't remember. But me and him, we used to get really deep into conspiracy theories. And basically one night, I think we were driving to or from soccer training. I can't remember when it was, but we got really deep into this like conversation about aliens and space and stuff, and I just completely forgot about how fast I was driving the car. And obviously I'd never been flashed before, and I shit you not, I got flashed, right? I shat myself, like I was scared, because we were just talking about aliens, and I was scared as fuck. And I just see this flash, and I'm like, we're getting abducted. But no, I got my first speeding fine because I was too deep in a conspiracy theory conversation with my good mate Andrew. So that's a good little old story. I'm sure he'll be able to give you more details when he's on the show, but fuck me, it was funny, eh? But yeah. So last night, surprise, surprise, went to Metros. Last night was my last night of drinking, getting absolutely blasted. I'm gonna lay off the beverages for a while, to sort of find my feet and not be a dickhead because I've made a few mistakes over the last few weeks. I've been a shit bloke last few weeks, I'm not gonna lie. I need to get myself into line, so I'm gonna stop drinking and focus on myself, get myself back on track. Hopefully pick up a full-time job, which would be fucking sick. Make some money because I'm trying to move out. Yeah. What was I talking about? Why am I so bad at this? This is hard. Like I'm gonna try not to edit a lot of this. Like this is hard to talk by yourself. Like I honestly thought I was gonna breeze this, but I'm fucking struggling. Like I don't know what to talk about. I'm not even talking to anyone. I'm talking to a camera. Yeah, I don't even know. Hey, Jamo, good mate Jamo. He's in over in Sydney at the moment. I think he's flying back today. God, I've missed him so much, man. It's just so different not having him out with all of us. First night last night. Oh, that's what I was talking about. Metros, of course. So last night Dylan drove. Dylan Sacamano was sober last night. Can you believe that? Mate, he was having a good time, I think. I don't think he didn't complain at all. He was like having a good time. He looked like he was buzzing a little bit. It was a sick night, to be honest. Like I had a great time. I was absolutely smashed. I spent way too much money. I'm trying to be good with my money, but it's just not working because it is not um out of the norm to spend 150 bucks at a nightclub because drinks are fucked. They are so expensive. Like I was buying a couple of Red Bull vodkas at a time, and it was costing me 26 bucks a pop. Like, it's not good, eh? But my Uber was cheap last night, which was good. Um, oh, I'm so thankful that the Uber was cheap, hey, because if the Uber was expensive, I'd been in a bit of trouble. Um, saw a lot of good people out last night. Saw a friend who lives in Geraldton. She's a lovely, lovely girl. She's got a few questions for me later, actually. But yeah, we were having a good time. She's great. Met a couple of her friends, which was cool. Yeah, have a little boogie. No, but everyone was in good spirits last night. It was a great night. I think everyone was buzzing. Good mate of mine, Evan. He was having so much fun. I could just tell. I could just see it in his eyes. He was having fun. Um, but yeah, it was a good night. Nothing really shitty happened. There was so many fights, which is weird because there's not many fights normally in Freo. But yeah, there was some Donny that got pulled out of the club, and 4 cops had him pinned on the ground. He was just yelling. I'm like, dude, like get over yourself, yeah, like grow up. This guy was probably like 23, 24 as well. Like, fuck that. Yeah, but anyway, so that was my night last night. Like, it was alright. It wasn't too bad. Pretty good, pretty good. Like, everyone was on good spirits, and I was dancing, and blah, 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 blah. I got too busted, and here we are. And I got a sore head. So, same as last week, I guess. Anyway, next week's going to be a large one. We've got Immerse Day event, which is a big wub event. I've managed to get all the boys to come, finally. So, I'm taking all their wub event virginities. Sounds a bit sus. Allow that. But it is going to be sick. Absolutely stacked lineup. I'm so keen for it. Like, you have no idea. I was speaking to one of the guys who plays. His name's Nathan. Top bloke. He's helping me out a lot with my sort of journey, if you will. And top bloke. Yeah, if you want to check him out on SoundCloud, if you're into your wubs and stuff, I definitely would check him out. Definitely check him out. His Instagram and SoundCloud and stuff on the screen here somewhere. Top bloke. I met his younger brother down at Metro's last week. His name's Josh. Wicked bloke as well. Yeah, I'm so keen for next weekend. Honestly, it's going to be so mint. Yeah, I had a bit of a play around on the decks last week. I recorded about half an hour of me just like playing. Sounded absolutely shit because it was on my camera or whatever. But I uploaded it to SoundCloud, had a couple of listens. Doesn't sound too bad. Okay, 3 months in, we're not doing too bad. Beat matching's a bit off, and my transitions are absolutely raucous. But we're getting there. We are getting there. It's gonna happen. Like, I'm manifesting it, and it's gonna happen. I'm so sure of it. I don't think I've ever wanted something more than that. Like, to be on a stage, throwing down some heat. It was just what I want to do so bad. But not everyone can do it, but hopefully I'm there one day. What else can we talk about? You know what sucks is there's no good movies out at the moment, so I can't even talk about movies because fucking COVID. Yeah, it sucks, man. COVID sucks. COVID has really fucked up a lot of things. Like, I miss festivals so much. I'm not even a festival person, but I miss them so much. Dylan is so sad that there's no festivals. Like he needs festivals, that bloke. He lives for them. He loves them. But COVID looks like it's dying off in WA. So hopefully we might see a bit of a listen out soon or something, and that would be good. Fuck, I don't know what to talk about, eh? I'm just going to dive straight into these questions because that's really all I got going for me at the moment. Alrighty, so we'll start with the this one. My dream. So first question. What's my dream job? Fuck knows. I honestly have no idea. Like I said, I would love to be a DJ, and I'd love to be a full-time podcaster and blah 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 blah. But in terms of a career, no idea yet. And that's okay. And if you're in the same boat as me and you're 21 years old and you have no idea what you're doing, just relax. Go get a job, go make some money, do some stupid shit like I'm doing, see if it works, and if it doesn't, then panic. No, I'm joking. No, seriously, like, it's fine. Like, you're not meant to know what you're meant to do when you're this young. And I'm so sure of that, 100%. You'll find your vocation, if you will, as you travel through life. And I was so sure I was going to follow my dad's footsteps and be a financial advisor. My dad's a financial advisor. I was so sure I was going to do that. Not sure about that anymore. Like, it's not ruled out, but it's definitely, yeah. And I also wanted to be a teacher because my mum's a teacher. But, nah. How long have I known Jamo and Dylan for? Well, last week, me and Dylan were talking about when we first met. We were 6 years old. And he's been my best mate since. Like, shit you not. Even if we don't speak for 3-4 months, every time I see him, it'll just be like nothing ever happened. Like, he's one of my bestest mates and someone I hold very, very close to my heart. And he's like a brother to me. And I love his mum Desley, and his whole family, like, such nice people. As stingy as Dylan comes across, one of the nicest blokes on the planet. And honestly, I love him so much. And same goes for Jamo. I've known Jamo since we were 12. But me and Jamo were never really close through high school. I probably didn't start getting close with Jamo until about 2017. So towards the end of high school, I'm pretty sure. But I've known Jamo for years, since we were 12, so Jamo's about the same as Dylan, like, nicest bloke, family, top tier. Honestly, the boys are just amazing, bro. I love them so much. Next question. What were your best subjects at school? Now listen, alright? This is something that Dylan and Jamo and all the boys give me a lot of shit for. I'm not a dumb person. Like, I'm so certain I'm not a dumb person. But I racked up a 39 ATAR in year 12 and 11. So I didn't have a lot of good subjects. But one thing that I was good at was English. I can write a story about anything. Like, quite literally. You give me a picture, I'll write a whole story about it. We had like a picture prompt in one of our assignments for English in year 12, and it was like a sunset on a beach, and I wrote a whole story about some girl that likes painting, and she goes to the beach every day because her dad passed away, blah 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 blah, and it just got so deep, and it was about 6 pages long. My dad read it and he's still got it, he's kept it. I just explained it absolutely shit, but if you read the story, like, yeah, it's quite good. Yeah, I'm good at writing. Something I actually pride myself on. I could write a story, and I can write songs too. I used to write a bunch of songs when I was about 16. I used to write music, and unfortunately I lost it all because my phone got wiped, which was a shame because I haven't written since. But yeah, well, I guess it's always there if I need to come back to it in the future, I guess. But yeah, so English is probably my best subject. Not terrible at math, but I'm shit at math at the same time. I know my times tables, stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know. Best subject's probably just English, to be honest, mate. Jackson Goddard, good mate of the podcast. Inspiration in starting a podcast. Well, obviously the boys, Jamo and Dill. But I've wanted to do a podcast for a very long time. Probably around the same time that Dylan and Jamo sparked it. I listened to a lot of Joe Rogan's podcast. I started listening to him years ago. I used to put him on as some sort of, I don't know, to just relax kind of thing. So I've always really wanted to speak, and yeah, I don't know, like probably Joe Rogan in terms of the big podcasts. I know everyone will probably say that starts a podcast, but Joe Rogan, comedian Chris D'Elia, which I'll get to in a moment. His podcast is insane, so funny. You got Theo Von, Brendan Schaub, Brian Callen, all those comedian blokes that have podcasts, absolutely elite. Definitely inspirations of mine. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really. It's hard to think about inspirations because I always do things that I want to do, and not because I want to see. I've seen someone do it and go, oh yeah. But yeah, no. Look, the boys, Jamo Dill, Joe Rogan, blah 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 blah. All those blokes that do podcasts. Holly Vogel, what's your favorite dinosaur? Fucking velociraptors. They are fucking sick. My dog reminds me of a velociraptor because he's just a little, like, pocket rocket. Like, he'll run around, bite your face off. Should you not? He's like 1 year old or something. Such a sweetheart, but yeah, he'll bite your fucking face off. He's trained to kill. Velociraptor, favorite dinosaur. How'd you come up with the podcast name, Being Human? Because I'm being human, we're all human. I talk about how we're all human, and I talked about it earlier. I don't know why I'm going over it again, but just want to, it's like being human, you know? Yeah, because it's a mental health podcast, blah, 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 blah. You know, you get the drift. I'm dribbling. I'm fucking half an hour into this, and I don't know where it's going. And yeah, but anyway, there you go. We're human. That's the name of the podcast. Worst drinking experience last weekend. Don't want to get into details, but fuck me, I made some mistakes. Another one, I wouldn't say worst, but the next day it was the worst experience. Was my bowl afters. I got obliterated. Like, shit, you know, I got so smashed. I was hungover for like 2 days because I'm young. I don't know how to deal with that shit. But yeah, probably the bowl afters, that was pretty bad. But definitely last weekend, that was, yeah, I want to just wipe last weekend out of my head because that was shit. How do you make a girl wanna like you? Be yourself. Don't be a dickhead. Don't be a dickhead in front of your mates either. Guys that change in front of their mates in terms of just in general, like in front of girls or just around other blokes, grow up. Like, it's just shit. You're a loser. 2021 season predictions for AFL. I've got a few questions about the AFL. I don't want to talk too much about AFL because it doesn't really appeal to everyone, but I will talk about it. I'm going to give you a quick prediction. So top 4, I'm going number 1. Richmond's going to be number 1, I reckon. I think it's their year to lose. I think number 2 will be Port. A lot of their young kids will push through the team, and they'll definitely have a few breakouts this year, 100%. 3, Brisbane, insane midfield, just insane. And they've got Joey Danaher. If he stays fit, I think he's going to kick. I reckon he's going to bag like 40 goals if he stays fit. But yeah. And then 4th, I'm going to go Eagles because I love them. I think they're going to crack top 4, and then it'll go Bulldogs, Geelong, St Kilda, and 8 spots up for grabs, I reckon. So not in that order, by the way, after 4th, but just something like that. It's too hard to tell, you know, because Bulldogs is going to be good. They're stacked, but I think a lot of the players are going to steal the footy from each other, so I don't even know. Coleman medal, I'm going to go for either Tom Hawkins or... I'm going to go Tom Hawkins. I reckon he's going to get fed the footy. I reckon they're going to chuck him full forward. Jeremy Cameron will probably play higher up the ground at centre half forward and run a mark, but I don't know. I reckon Tom Hawkins is going to get fed. He's going to get fed the footy, 100%. But like I said, if Joe Danaher stays fit, he's probably in the running too, to be honest. Yeah. Um, Brownlow medal. I reckon Jack Steele. I really, really, really think Jack Steele was going to pull some votes because St Kilda are going to run a muck this year, and all that man needs is a bit of credit. He's so underrated. I reckon he's going to be up there. Um, if it's not Jack Steele, probably someone like Nat Five. He looks pretty good. Yeah, Nat Five looks pretty good. A Smokey, maybe Zach Merritt. I think he might have a good year. Well, he will have a good year. He always has a good year. But Lockie Neal, obviously, as well. Maybe Jared Berry, Brisbane. I don't think he'll poll votes, but he always has a good year. He had a really good year last year. Trelaw, maybe, as well. There's a lot of Bulldogs lads that might win it. Brownlow is anyone's game this year, 100%. Sneaky All-Australian, I reckon Jaden Short's going to crack into the squad. I can't remember if he's already cracked in or not, but maybe someone like... Yeah, Jaden Short will crack in, I reckon. Who else? I don't even know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know. All-Australians are always weird because there's a 40-man squad, 22-man squad. Like, it's too hard. I reckon it's just too hard. That's not my job, so I'm not going to make it up. But, yeah, I reckon Jaden Short's probably going to squeeze in somewhere. Rookie of the year. Probably, look, Matt Rao. I'm pretty sure he's still eligible, so the guy's a god. He's going to win it, like, straight up. But if it's not him, then I don't fucking know, eh? Wooden Spoon, probably the fucking North Melbourne, because I hate them. They're shit. Shit kit, shit list. Shit. But I do hope that they smoke Collingwood because they fucked Steve-O over hard. But yeah, North Melbourne suck. I don't even know why they're in the AFL still. They suck. And if you're a North Melbourne supporter, grow up. I don't know. Fucking... I'm so excited for the AFL. Like, I'm recording on Sunday. First game's Thursday. Richmond Carlton. Mate, I'm so keen for that. I'm going to have something to talk about for when I'm with the boys and stuff. Yeah, so that's my AFL predictions. What's your thoughts on the whole argument around the world being flat around? If you think it's flat, you're fucking stupid. It's round. Shut up. Would you rather get kicked in the balls by Ronaldo or punched in the face by McGregor? Punched in the face by McGregor, man. Nothing's touching my bad boys. Elaborate on your ethnic background and what cultures are you familiar with? So my mum's side of the family is Indian, and my dad is Scottish. So I probably got some UK blend somewhere in there as well. What am I familiar with? I don't know. Like, I have a quite large Indian family, so I'm quite familiar with the Indian sort of culture and stuff like that. I love Indian food as well. It's like my favourite. I don't even know, man. Yeah, but Indian, Scottish, quite a blend there. But I'm not Mexican, by the way. Whoever said I was Mexican, come on. Like, I'm not Mexican. Just because I have a mo and a big nose does not mean I'm Mexican. Biggest goal in life? Be happy. I want to achieve true happiness and be comfortable and healthy for a while. That's my biggest goal. I don't have anything else like that. But, yeah. Biggest turn off in a girl? Oh, dear. This is dangerous. Girls that get aggressive when they're drunk, or just girls that are aggressive in general, like girls that punch me and shit. We were talking about this, me and Dill, like literally this morning. I hate it. I think it's so gross. Yeah, I think it's weird. And I also don't like when girls get really, really drunk and just make a fool out of themselves. Like, know your limits, okay? Like, have a good time. Like, for example, I got smashed last night, but I wasn't an idiot. You know what I mean? Like, know your limits. Yeah, and I don't really like girls that do drugs all the time. I'm not saying you can't. Like, I don't have a problem with it, but if you're doing it, like, every single weekend, and, yeah, I think it's just so gross. Like, if I'm trying to talk to a girl and her jaw's doing this, like, I'm not talking to you anymore, straight up. But if you're having a good time and you can manage it, fine, go ahead. Like, as long as it's not you're not making yourself look like an idiot. Favorite era? Or probably 80s or 90s. I can't split them. I love 80s music. I love 90s music. Definitely one of those two. Probably leaning more towards 90s because I love the sort of fashion and the music and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. That's a hard one. That's a real hard one. My middle name is James, which is the next question. What's my middle name? James. Would you rather be rich and sad or broke and happy? Broke and happy. 100%. I think happiness is more important than being rich. Yeah. Yep, it definitely is. Something people always misunderstand about you. I don't know. That's actually a very... I don't know what people think about me. And to be honest, I don't really care. Because I'm just doing me, you know? But I think people think I'm a happy person all the time, which is a front a lot of the time. I know that when I was talking to a few people during school, and I was like a couple of my close mates, and I'm telling them that I was going through some shit. Everyone was quite surprised to learn that I was a bit sad, all the time. So I think that's a bit of a misunderstanding. Maybe people thinking I'm always happy. Because look, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, it's a mask a lot of the time. I don't even know. What's something else? Let's liven the mood a bit. Something that people misunderstand about me. That I'm Mexican. And I'm not Greek and I'm not Italian. But yeah, no, I don't know. What's something most people don't know about you? That I'm a nerd. That I like Star Wars. And I'm not afraid to talk about it. I love Star Wars. Yes. That's that. Well, that's all the questions. I'm going to jump on my Instagram, see if there's any messages on my account. Liverpool's form of late, young Andrew Corrigan sent in. Don't fucking know, mate. I haven't watched the EPL because Arsenal are like mid-table. Now I'm an Arsenal supporter, so I don't really follow if Arsenal's doing shit, to be fair, because I suck. What else do I have? I don't even know, hey. How long have we been recording for? 40 minutes. And I'm already lost for what I wanted to talk about. I do have a conspiracy theory, but I'm going to save it because I don't really want to talk about conspiracy theories like by myself. I feel like it's quite boring because like I need someone to sort of brainstorm with, you know what I mean? So I'll get into that. You know who you are. Like, you sent it in. I'll get onto it in the next episode or, you know, when I see fit. But yeah. Harry Lucas asked what my favourite sports are. AFL's number one, 100%. Fuck, I don't know. It used to be EPL. I used to love soccer, but I don't really follow it that much anymore. It's just boring. I used to love watching it, but it just sucks now. Yeah, I don't mind the NBA. I love the culture of the NBA and stuff like that, and I don't know. I just don't really follow it anymore. But definitely AFL's number one, 100%. I have no idea what that is. Yeah, look, a lot of people have been saying that they've sort of related to the sort of like the highs and lows. Maybe I'll do a highs and lows about myself. Maybe that's a good idea. But yeah, no. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that they've sort of related to it. And it's good to hear. You know, it's good to hear that people are starting to, you know, understand that it's normal and that people go through it and stuff. I'm sorry, I'm distracted. I'm trying to type. Look, I'm gonna stop talking because I fucking suck at doing two things at once. I'm gonna leave this all in too because this is raw. This is me being an idiot. I don't remember my Instagram password. This is not good. Not good. Yep. Okay, that sucks. We're not doing that. Um. Yep. Fuck it. Whatever. All right. Now we're gonna sit back and just chat because what the fuck else do I have to do? Um. Yeah. Maybe a highs and lows about myself. Let's do that. Highs. I had a lot of highs playing footy. I think that was a good time in my life. Like when I was about 16, 17. I played soccer when I was 17, but 15, 16. Loved playing footy. That was a high time in my life. Starting this podcast was a high. I felt so good after I released episode 1 because I put so much fucking effort into it. It took me a week to edit it because I just didn't know what I was doing. But yeah, I was on a high sort of mid-January. Because I was quite low for a while. But mid-January, fuck yeah, I was good. And I was good for about 2 months, and then I crashed maybe 2 weeks ago. But that's life. It is what it is. But yeah, no, highs. A lot of times with my family's been good. Holidays with my family. We went to Bali for my dad's 50th in like 20. How old is he now? I don't even know, but 2017, I think. So I was 17. Yeah, that was a high. That was a good week of my life. There's definitely more lows than highs at the moment. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I don't even know if I want to get into the lows too heavy, but you know what? Fuck it. You guys want to hear it because I've heard a lot of people ask. So as I said before earlier, I was diagnosed with depression when I was 18, August 2018, I think it was. Because I had a breakdown to my mum, she took me to the docs and blah, 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 blah. The docs put me on meds, a very low sort of dose, but it fucked me up so hard. It was one that used to help my sleep as well. I still have troubles with sleep, but whatever. So yeah, I was on the meds for like, I want to say like nearly a year. But around the same time as I got diagnosed and put on the meds, I broke up with my girlfriend at the time to sort of get back on my feet. But I was just fucked for so long. I put on so much weight. Like I'm still trying to lose the weight that I put on. I used to be like 60 kilos, and within 6 months I was 80 or something. Like, because it just ups your appetite and your sleep and shit like that. So I got fat, and the boys would tell you I was fat. But yeah, no. So that was that. I took myself off the meds because I knew that was going to be bad. So I took myself off and just sort of tried to recover my own way. Ended up getting back with that girl, and it was great for a while. And then we broke up like end of last year. So I fucking crashed. But then I started doing all this stuff, and now I'm feeling good. Like have my days, but I'm feeling good now. Like no complaints at the moment. So yeah. Look, I'll dive into. You'll hear me talk about my lows and blah blah blah, like as I go on, but through the episodes. But I don't really want to talk about it by myself because then I'll get all sad and shit. But yeah. Anyway, so push that aside. Like that was shit. That was shit. Push that aside. No. One of my favorite comedians. I was talking about this earlier. One of my favorite comedians, Chris D'Elia. Me and my good mate Tom Ryder were big fans of him because he's so funny. I used to watch him when I was sad. So there you go. You can add that to your highs and lows. I used to watch Chris D'Elia when I was sad because he always used to put a smile on my face and make me laugh. But he was accused of some things with some younger women, which was very disappointing to hear. At the beginning, it was very, very disappointing to hear because he's someone that used to help me through tough times and shit like that. So he pretty much got cancelled. like his podcast was gone, like all his Netflix specials. I think they're still on Netflix, but he got cancelled pretty much. And he's back. He released his first podcast back yesterday. So hopefully it's on the up for young Chris. But yeah, he's good, man. He's so funny. He's so fucking funny. I'm sorry if I'm speaking really quiet because I don't know. I don't know. I'm scared. I don't know where this podcast is going, but we've been going for 47 minutes now, and we haven't really achieved anything. So, look, tell me what you think about these solo things. Like I said, they're going to happen regardless, and with this one's going to help me understand what to do and what not to do. I'm going to leave a lot of this unedited because this is basically just to sit down with me. Okay, so let me know who you want on the show as well. Like, from some of the stories that I've been telling, like, you know some of the names. So just let me know who you want to see, what you want on the channel, like on the podcast, what segment ideas. We're going to have this fun fact segment. I was talking to one of my mates about this. I'm going to have a fun fact segment. I like my fun facts. So, look, next podcast, send in some music or whatever. This one's been a real mess. And I do apologise if it is a mess. But this is it for, this is the podcast this week. This is what you're getting. A raw conversation. Right? Yep. Look, message and song of the week. Message of the week is know your limits. That's all I'm going to say. Know your limits. Song of the week. Song of the week is going to be Closer. Kings of Leon. That is the song of the week. Closer by Kings of Leon. Immaculate song. Literally insane song. That's pretty much it. I've probably forgotten to talk about a lot of stuff, but I don't want to keep dragging this on because it's going to be a mess and it's going to be so painful to edit. But fuck it, whatever. So yeah, thanks for listening. Like, I hope you've enjoyed it. Like I said, it's going to be messy, but we're learning. We are learning. And I hope you can, whoever does listen to this, I hope you can sort of travel along this journey with me and understand that this is new to me and this is something we're going to work on. But yeah, much love always. All my DMs are always open. Feel free to message me. Don't be afraid. Like, if you need help or whatever, just message me. But yeah, look, that's it for this week. I don't even know. I love everyone, and thank you for the support that I've been getting for the last couple episodes. It's been great. I'm absolutely stoked with the turnout. So keep showing the love, and I hope it all works out. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week. Ciao. Just before I go, I'm gonna get my dog because I was talking about him all thing and I forgot to bring him in. So I'll be back. Here he is. Here's the man. Here he is, young Milo. He's 1 year old. He's a velociraptor. Look, see. Do you have anything to say for the people? Talk to the people. Don't lick the mic. Talk to the people. Yep. What else? Don't eat. So yeah, that's my dog. Like I said, he's a velociraptor. Look at him. He's trying to eat my face. He actually is a good boy. Would you believe? Yeah. So look, on that note, that's the end of the episode. I hope you all enjoyed. I love you all. Cheers.